Hey everyone, Night Diver 5 here, and I appreciate everyone that watched my last video, but I thought maybe I would write it out so that people could understand better some of the questions and comments I've seen. I think people may not be getting exactly what I'm trying to get to, so I'm going to write it out and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, let's say that this line represents the beginning of Daniel 9:27. All right? Whenever that happens. This period, we know as the 7-year tribulation, is going to be 2,520 days, correct? All right. In Daniel 8:13 and 14, Daniel is told that the third temple is going to open, sacrifices will occur, the abomination of desolation occurs, it'll be tread on the Gentiles, by the Gentiles for 42 months, and then it'll be cleansed. All right? I think we can pretty safely assume that the temple will not be cleansed inside the 7-year tribulation. So if we put those 2,300 days right here, ending at the same time as the 2,520 when Jesus returns, there is a gap between the Daniel 9:27 covenant and the grand opening of the temple of 220 days, right? 220 plus 2,300 equals 2,520. Now, my start date for the Daniel 9:27 covenant is in fall. Why? Because Jesus has to return in fall to fulfill the 3 fall feasts. So if we go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, guess what? If he comes back in fall, it's going to start in fall. So what happens in fall? Well, the fall feasts, but also the UN General Assembly meets every fall. And so I think it might be the UN General Assembly that is the many in Daniel 9:27. Now, coming up with this 220-day gap, I started playing around with a date calculator. And if you start from Rosh Hashanah, right, which is also Yom Teruah, and you add 220 days, you come to Passover. Actually, this is Rosh Hashanah 2023. You come to Passover 2024. Okay, so this would be the grand opening if the last 7 years starts on Rosh Hashanah, Yom Teruah, of 2023. Now, I believe that the rapture is pre-trib, and I also believe that it's going to be on what we call Pentecost. And if the last 7 years starts in the fall of 2023, well, we're coming up on the last Pentecost before that. And that would give the Antichrist about 4 months to raise up, claim to be the Messiah, and do some miracles, whatever he needs to do to convince the Jews and bring them into the covenant on Rosh Hashanah 2023. Now, this 220 days from Rosh Hashanah to Passover occurs for 2023, 2024, and 2025. However, the UN General Assembly does not meet until after Rosh Hashanah 2024. So I think we can cut out that year. So either we're out of here this year, or by my theory, we would have to be here probably till Pentecost 2025, which I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. But if it's not this year, I would not suspect the rapture for 2 more years. Anyway, this is my theory. This is all based off this 220 days that is not mentioned. It's the 2,300 days that's mentioned in Daniel 8, verses 13 and 14. But it's this block of time that is missing. That is the key. That to all this timing, everything fits perfectly. Doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just showing you what I found, and I just wanted discussion from everyone out there. And I appreciate your comments. God bless.